Hey everyone, I want you to think about something for a sec. How did you learn to use the internet? Now, compare that to how people are learning to use crypto. It's a huge difference, right? And that difference really gets to the heart of why, in the crypto world, your community isn't just a nice to have. It's literally your most important safety net. So let's dig into why that is. Okay, so let's start with this. Do you even remember learning to use email? I mean, really think about it. For most of us, it wasn't some big formal thing we had to study for. It just kind of happened, right? We just started using it.
And the whole reason it was so easy is because that learning process was incredibly safe. I mean, think about it. You were probably given an email by your job or your school. The risk was basically zero. Forgot your password? No big deal. An admin could just reset it for you. Send an email to the wrong person by mistake? Ugh, embarrassing. But you might even be able to recall it. The point is, the software, the platform itself, took on all the responsibility. It completely shielded you from how complex everything was under the hood.
Now, crypto. Crypto just takes that entire safety model and throws it right out the window. It's a completely different world, operating on a totally different logic. And honestly, this is the fundamental shift that catches so many new users completely off guard. Yeah, let's just put them side by side. In Web 2, the internet we all grew up with, the platform takes all the responsibility. But in Web 3, in crypto, that responsibility, it shifts entirely over to you, the user. In Web 2, mistakes are usually reversible. In crypto, they are irreversible, permanent. And that centralized help desk, that admin who could always save you, in crypto, there isn't one. They just don't exist.
See, with crypto, there's no gentle on-ramp. There's no cushy learning curve. A lot of people are jumping in for really practical reasons, like sending money or for gaming. They're not just browsing. Right from day one, you're forced to deal with the hardcore stuff. Wallets, private keys, the whole shebang. You're exposed to the raw, unforgiving mechanics of the system almost immediately. And this direct exposure, this risk that's put on you, it actually has a name. And it's the key idea we really need to wrap our heads around. It's called the responsibility surface. And let's be super clear about what this means. In the Web 2 world we're all used to, the system is designed to protect you. That safety layer we've all just taken for granted for decades, in crypto, it's just gone. It isn't there. So what exactly is this responsibility surface? Well, you can think of it as your total exposure to all the unforgiving parts of a system. And in crypto, the penalty for making a mistake isn't just, a little inconvenience, it's permanent financial loss. And that is the risk that most new folks are just completely, utterly unprepared for. Okay, so that's the problem. It sounds pretty daunting, right? But there is a solution, and it's probably not what you think. It's not a new piece of tech. This is where community becomes absolutely critical. It transforms from just, a social group into a vital, life-saving safety layer. Just think about this quote for a second. Learning in isolation is dangerous in a system where errors are permanent. I mean, wow. When the system itself is designed to not forgive your mistakes, trying to figure it all out on your own isn't just hard, it's incredibly risky. And that's exactly where the community steps in to become that buffer, that shield against all that risk. Because the technology itself isn't going to protect you, people have to protect each other. Learning together, as a group, provides that human safety layer that the system itself just doesn't have. So, what does this actually look like? How does it work in the real world? Well, it's not just about, getting emotional support. It's about taking real concrete actions. It's things like verifying contract addresses together so we don't get scammed. It's one person explaining security practices to another, like how to actually store your private keys safely. It's all about sharing knowledge openly so that one person's really expensive mistake becomes a powerful lesson for everybody else. Every single one of these actions helps shrink that responsibility surface for everyone in the group. Maybe the simplest way to think about it is this. The community becomes the shared support system that the big platforms used to give us. We're basically replacing a single centralized help desk with this incredibly powerful decentralized network of people helping people. Peer support. All right, so let's tie this all together. This isn't just some feel-good, abstract idea. This is the practical, nuts and bolts reason why crypto communities aren't just helpful, they are absolutely essential for survival. So it's so important to get this. A really strong crypto community isn't just a chat room to talk about prices or to get hyped about the next big thing. No,
its most fundamental, its most important purpose is operational safety. It exists to protect its members from the cold, hard realities of a decentralized system. So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. In a decentralized world, a world with no central authority, no help desk, and where one tiny mistake can be permanent and cost you everything, is it possible that your community isn't just an asset, but it's actually your single most valuable one?